everyone, it's Missy, and I'm going to show you something that just happened. So as you can see, I got my 3 chickens over here. 3. Just 3. They're having a fit because they want out. And you guys know that my coop is over here by the fence. Yep. We had a jailbreak because if you've watched some of my videos, I'm supposed to have 4 chickens. And I saw this morning when I left for work, there was a Rhode Island Red, this one, that was on top of the coop trying to figure out how to fly over. And it eventually found out how to do that and has been wandering around the yard all by itself, not saying a word. Yeah. See if we can get it to go back. I need her in the garden at least because I have a golden retriever that would absolutely love to eat a chicken as a nice snack. Yeah. But I know if I open up the door, those buggers are they're gonna come out and I'll never get them back in. So I'm going to see if I put you back in there, if you're going to do what I think you're going to do. I'm going to try to, I don't think I could pick it up with one hand anymore, but I'm going to put you guys down and pick her up and put her back in the pen. Okay, so I got all 4 back in here. I would really like to get that on video to see how she did that. I know what she does though is she's the smallest of them all. That's why she flies up on top of the door here when I leave it open like that. She crawls up on the roof onto the asphalt and then will fly over. Hi everyone, it's Missy, and I was getting ready to do a video on a garden update for you for the chickens. And I had just changed their food and water, and I was going to show you how we opened up the fence and allowing them to free range through the potatoes and the melons and the cucumbers and the sweet corn and the pumpkins and peppers, and how we had everything fenced up for the beans and the peas so they wouldn't eat blossoms, and the tomatoes so they wouldn't peck the tomatoes. And I was getting ready, just showing you guys, and I'm showing you it now so I can do this. So I got the onions down here. That's my currant bush, dill. We have some glad bulbs that we had left over, and then of course the pear tomatoes over here. And they really like hiding in the vines and the corn. It's really great for shading so they're not so hot in the sun. They have nice shade. And then I realized when I was checking through their coop, something unexpected. I have an egg. And it's in the nesting box, right where I want them to lay it. That's, to me, is amazing. And their roosting bar is like the same as their nesting box, so they keep this pretty clean, considering. There used to be more pine shavings in here. Obviously, they moved them around. Usually these boxes are left alone. But I think they were trying to figure out where they wanted to be. And I was just super shocked because they're like 16 weeks old. 16 weeks and I got an egg. I mean, you can tell, and I know it's from these ISA browns, which I also found out are called stars. And they both have been acting really strange and making strange noises. And now I know why. They're laying right now. I can't believe it. I'm just super excited. And I know these these gals are 16 weeks old. I'm gonna get this egg out of here. This is a good sized egg. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, it's probably smaller than what, oh, it's broken. No, rats. Shoot. It is broken, but it is the first attempt at an egg. That, to me, is just amazing. And like I said, I was not prepared for this. I was expecting, like, in two weeks time, a month, you know, August, I'd be getting eggs, not now. So I wasn't prepared. Oh, that's too bad that that one's broken. They probably, I don't know how long it was sitting in here. I checked them this morning and there was nothing, and it's the evening and I let them out, and like I said, I wasn't expecting eggs, so I wasn't checking. I know you're supposed to check 2 or 3 times a day. So it's too bad that this one got cracked, and I don't know how long it's been sitting out there, but that is so cool. So I just had to share that with you because I was so excited. First egg, I expect more now, considering that they're starting to lay. So I'll be more diligent in checking, but and if you guys have tips and suggestions for how I can improve my setup, it almost looked like somebody pecked it, but I'm hoping somebody just stepped on it. Because obviously I need to get more pine shavings or straw or something in here so there's better bedding and all that stuff. And I'm so excited that they're using the nesting boxes because somebody told me that they probably won't. They never had their chickens use nesting boxes, but it must be working out that they did. So, but yeah, so I was going to show you the garden and their evening routine, how I check the water, the feed. I let them out into the yard each night. Now you guys know, but the egg thing was a lot more exciting. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks since the last video where I found my first egg. And as you can see, we've been getting quite a few eggs now. This egg right here was a first egg of one of my chickens. She was having a big fit. I wish I could have had a video of that. And this egg, this small one, is from one of the Rhode Island Reds. And the bigger one is from the ISA Brown. And then as you can see, as they went along, they got more consistent in size. So they didn't have too big, too small. I'm almost wondering if that big one is a double yolker. So I'm going to break these open and see what it looks like inside. I'm also kind of curious to see how the yolk looks because I heard that farm-raised chickens have a lot darker yolk than store-bought eggs. And it was a double yolker. Look at that! That is so cool. So the yolks are kind of on the small side just because there's 2 in the egg, but I wondered if that was going to happen. It's common to see this when the chickens first start laying, and like I said, that was the first egg for one of them, and I felt so bad for her because she was kicking straw and everything all over the place, and she was chasing the other birds out, she was squawking something terrible, and I was like, felt really bad, but then I almost thought, oh no, I'll have to do an emergency egg extraction, but I left her alone, and then finally, after she laid the egg, she came out, and she looked so relieved. I was relieved, that's for sure. And I didn't think this small egg was going to have a yolk, but it ended up it did. It was just, I think that's how they're supposed to be. I think the first eggs are supposed to be really, really small. It's just for that one chicken, it wasn't. So, like I said, I kind of felt bad for her, but I'm really glad that I'm getting eggs, and the yolks do look a lot darker than the store-bought ones that I'm used to seeing. So I'm looking forward to making a lot of egg recipes and eating lots of farm fresh eggs and sharing these with my friends, neighbors, and extended family. I know everyone's been pretty excited about the chickens that I have, and just being able to have farm fresh eggs that are better more nutritious and so forth. But if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, it's Missy, and it's the middle of September. I just got some plants pulled up, the watermelon and so forth is pulled up. We still have some honeydew. And I was working on the garden, and I realized I haven't been giving you guys an update on the chicken garden videos because it's been so rainy. This is like the very first day of sunshine and nice wind. So you guys really didn't get to see the garden progress with the chickens. We learned a few things. It actually went very well. Right now, as you can see, the chickens have full range of the garden. I left the sweet corn stalks up for privacy, or if a hawk goes over, they can go in and hide. The pumpkin vines kind of crawled over the corn stalks, and that's what's kind of pushing them down. They still have the tomatoes the tomato vines, I'm letting them eat the rest of the tomatoes that are growing on there. And that's kind of like another screen protection. They had the marigolds yet. They had the basil they can hide under for shade. I just took down the cucumbers today, but the cucumbers did kind of, they're about as like the nasturtium is right there on the fence, where it kind of halfway went up, but like I said, I had the bush variety, so if I had the pole variety, it would have gone all the way up to the top and made a better screen for them. But the canna lilies did absolutely amazing as a screen. They really filled in. They are so thick and they're so tall. So I'm 5'5", and I think they're like about 8 feet tall, the tallest ones. They are so prolific. I couldn't believe it. And these are just free. I got from a coworker who brought them and said if no one took them, she'd put them in the dumpster. But I took them and planted them, and I'm very happy I did. That is like the best screen. The chickens love to hide in there. They're not poisonous, and the chickens did eat a few leaves. But as you can see, they still get the airflow a little bit, but it really helps, especially when the dog comes out. They can hide behind there. They got like their little concrete path area down through here that they like to run around. It's nice and cool. They like to lay under there. Right now the gate's open, so they're in the yard. And then they have all this nice shade. It shaded the coop a bit. So like their chicken run area is shaded. Worked out great. The compost pile ended up getting moved to that corner because the pumpkins took over this spot and it was hard to walk through here. And of course we still have the peppers we gotta clean up. The chickens left the peppers alone. They didn't even, I think they tasted one and they didn't care for it. And then over here where the onions were, where it's sandy, they've dug their holes to lay in. So you can see right there. And then my heirloom tomato just went crazy. And I wasn't able to get back here and trim it or prune it down because of all the rain. And there were glads under here. I see there is a flower coming on that one. But the chickens loved this because, as you can see, it went over the one fence panel that I had it growing on, over to my actual fence for the garden. And then they love hiding under here. This is like their best spot. They like eating the tomatoes, even though they're the yellow ones. They hop up and eat the yellow tomatoes, and then they lay under here in the shade. And there's bugs here that they like to eat and forage, and they just love this spot. And so you can see the pumpkins really, really flatten the corn. Oh, there's one. There's a chicken in there. So, and when they're quiet, I can't hear them. They can really hide very well in here. That's one of my Rhode Island Reds. And then they like to go behind the tomatoes over here, which I think is more of a jungle, but they somehow duck through and get in here and in and out where they want to go. And it's really been a chicken jungle gym for them. And definitely gonna do this next year. I had another person try it, and they said no way they're gonna have chickens in their garden again because the chickens ate everything. But for us, it worked out great. Just pulled up the lima beans, otherwise they were tunneling through them too. And then as you can see, they make little pathways through the strawberries. Not too bad. And they didn't eat the nasturtium, which is very good because this is a poisonous, I think this is a poisonous plant to them. The nasturtium here is just to keep the bugs away from the cucumbers and different stuff in the garden. But overall, it went really well. And the compilation, so the eggs for the ISA browns, I guess they're also called Gold Star, they started in the middle of June, which was a month before than I expected. The other chickens started laying the beginning of August. So, and we've been averaging 3 eggs a day. And and now I've noticed we're getting more and more eggs, like Plucky here, the Rhode Island Red. She's been laying out every day, and she's been our sickly chicken. She still has the diarrhea and so forth, but she is laying eggs, which is really kind of shocking to me. And she's actually starting to fill out. And I noticed too now her crown is starting to grow. And she hasn't had too many health issues. She's quit sneezing a month ago. And a lot of people were telling me I gotta pull her out because she was sickly. But like I said, I didn't notice any of the other chickens getting sick. and she was the only one that displayed those, and she acted healthy. I mean, like, as you can see right now, she's scratching, and she's always done that. So I just thought, well, I'll just leave her with the bunch. And she's done really well. She, of course, is the bottom of the pecking order, but she's getting enough to eat, which is good. And Ducky gave us a scare. She flew over the fence one day when the dog was out, and she got all of her tail feathers plucked out of her. They've grown back since. So that was interesting. She flew off, and we lost her for a whole day because she flew into the hedgerow in our grove and we couldn't find her. And then one night she came back, and she's been fine ever since. So that's it. She hasn't flown over the garden gate ever since. They've been staying in the garden. So I think and that was like 3 weeks ago. So hopefully she learned her lesson. But just because I didn't let them out that day in the yard, I noticed that they really like to have a routine, a schedule, and so I learned my lesson there too. But it was really wet and rainy, so I thought they should stay at least in the garden, but they had other thoughts. And yeah, I mean, the chicken coop has been so easy to keep clean. I just put in fresh straw, and as you can see, they kick out the straw because they like eating the green kernels off of it. But it's really been easy. The eggs have been clean. I switched now to all straw because I finally got rid of all the cedar chips, or the cedar pine shavings. There we go, pine shavings. I used them all up, and I didn't want to buy any, and we have plenty of straw in the barn, and that's been working out just great for them. And then I got rid of that red chick feeder, and I found this corner silver feeder. I have to fill that one twice a day for them, but I don't have as much feed waste because that red chick feeder, they kept flipping over, and then they didn't want, when you filled it up, you know, you didn't know how much grain had been wasted in the straw until you cleaned the coop and you found out it was a lot. So, but yeah, they've been doing extremely well. No predator issues, nothing broke into the garden, so therefore nothing broke into the coop. We are looking at a more permanent coop setup. Like I said before, or maybe in one of my previous videos, I bought this coop kit because I didn't know if we would actually like to keep chickens, if they would be around forever and ever. Yeah, I guess we're gonna look into keeping these guys, or girls. But I hope you enjoyed my chicken compilation. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Otherwise, give me a thumbs up if you like this video and would like to see more chicken videos next year or maybe this winter. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Bye.